Ijere Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Borno State. I rise as a co-sponsor of a motion that needs to mop up grains through the mass purchase to sustain agricultural production during the rainy season. The House notes that Nigerian farmers have responded to the federal government's call to embark on massive agricultural production, which resulted in impressive output in the last few years. Also note that prices of agricultural products, especially grains, have fallen down to a point that a large number of farmers may not have the financial capacity to return to the farms to maintain the same degree of output during this farming season. Concerned that the current crash in the prices of agricultural produce may engender hunger and poverty, which could constitute a threat to the government's desire to ensure national food security. Aware that a well-coordinated mop-up of grains by the federal government will enable farmers to invest in the current season to be able to produce more, and the grains mopped up can be utilized to address the emergency situations, recycled for sale to the general public at a subsidized price, and also boost Nigerians' export earnings. Resolved. Urge the federal government to mop up grains from farmers at attractive prices to boost their morale and guarantee the sustenance of agricultural output recorded in the recent years. Also urge the federal government to direct the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Bank of Industry, the Bank of Agriculture and commercial banks to execute the mop-up grains projects. Further urge the federal government to revive the National Grains Reserve, where the grains that will be mopped up will be kept for resale to the general public at a subsidized prices. And lastly, mandate the Committee on Agricultural Production and Services, when constituted, to ensure compliance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move. Motion has direct link with the common man in Nigeria, considering the prices of grains and other agricultural produce. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, you are quite aware that the federal government has invested massively in the past years in agriculture, and the output was so impressive and turnout. As a result, today there is urgent need for this honorable House to consider the prayers of this motion, because it's very, very pathetic. A price of fertilizer, one bag of fertilizer is expensive than 100 kg of maize grain. 100 kg of maize grain costs about 5,500 to 6,000, and you will be surprised that a 50 kg of fertilizer is 7,000 naira. So therefore, the mopping out process we are calling, it will help the farmers so that they will reproduce more, and also for them to acquire large space so that they will farm more to avoid any crisis in future. Because mopping the grains will directly support the local farmers by selling the produce. Those of us stayed in the rural areas knows that it's the culture of an ordinary farmer to store grains during the rainy season so that they will sell it out, and at the end of the day, it will help them to buy fertilizers and other farm input to enable them produce more. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, in this regard, I'm calling on this honorable chamber to support this motion as a matter of importance to the common man and Nigerian farmers. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.